Hey everybody, MrFlavorsmith here, and this is our barbecue for beginners series. And today I'm going to show you how to light hardwood briquettes the way I do it, effectively and easily, using a Weber chimney. You can light your hardwood briquettes a lot of different ways. I'm just going to show you the easiest way and the most effective way I found to do it. You just need a few very simple tools. You need a charcoal chimney starter. You need some sort of fire starter to put below the chimney to ignite the coals. And then you're going to have a source of fire. You can use a lighter, you can use a match, and you can use a torch. Without further ado, let's get to it. All right, let's grab some of the tools we're gonna need. Get my mats out. Boy Scout match. My hot brush, my wire brush, my tongs. It gets hot, so I need to have my glove for protection. You don't need to use these, but I like to use two of these. These are fire starters. They're biomass cubes. They're petroleum-free, odorless, and non-toxic, made from renewable sources. I like to use a product like this that goes underneath my charcoal chimney to ignite my briquettes. Some people say that it's a little overkill, but I use two of these. They're just kind of like compressed up board that's been recycled. And I put them right in the center, and I put one just a little offset from the other one. I'm using the large Weber chimney. I put that right over the very center of those two fire starters. And there's a lot of different chimney designs out there. I like this one. It's really simple, but you basically have a handle right here and your main handle right here. You can do this one-handed, but this is for like your guiding hand, and this is for your support hand. And this has a heat shroud right here to limit the amount of heat coming off of there. And some of the other fancier designs even include a drop away bottom. So it's a little lever that you just pull on and the little bottom grate comes down, dropping the coals down. With this style, you actually have to pour the coal out of the top, but some of them have a drop feature, so that's pretty cool. I've used this style for a long time, so I stick to it. And we're gonna be using Cowboy brand hardwood briquettes today. This is kind of like my go-to briquette. In a previous video, I did some testing on some of the briquettes I like to use. I did two different ones from Kingsford. I did the Cowboy brand and I did the B&B. B&B and Cowboy brand are actually owned by the same parent company, Duraflame. The B&B has always been known as kind of like your premium go-to, while Kingsford's always been the very affordable one. This is the best of both worlds. You get a decent amount of burn time on there. The aroma that this puts off is a really awesome smoky hardwood aroma that I just love. It reminds me of a campfire. So I use it all the time. It's best of everything and it's affordable too. You can pick these up at Walmart and lots of other places. We're just gonna take the bag and we are gonna fill this chimney all the way up to the very top, just where the briquettes are sitting like this. And depending on the size of the grill that you're using, and also what method you're using, you might need to do a couple chimney full or at least a chimney and a half. For me, I always start with one chimney and then I just add briquettes on top of that inside the grill. This is a 26-inch Weber kettle grill. One chimney is pretty good if you're gonna just do about 50% of the surface area down there. Otherwise, if you're gonna bank it off to the one side and do an indirect cooking, this works really good for that too. So we're gonna fill it all the way up. Then just get all your stragglers and pile them on top. Now I take my Boy Scout match and I just light those little fire starters. Lift up your chimney, light your fire starters. And just put this right over the top. And now we're gonna start our timer. Hey Siri, set stopwatch. And immediately you'll start to see this smoke. When the coals are done, usually the smoke will completely stop. As soon as it completely stops, then you know that your coals are ready to go. Some people like to wait 15 to 20 minutes to where the coals are completely ashed over. Myself, I don't feel that that's the right thing for me. I like to have maximum amount of cook time with my coals, and I feel that if these are all ashed over on top, the ones down here below, they're already really spent. As long as you can start to see these start to get a little ashy, that's good, you're ready to go. And most of the time, it takes about 7 to 10 minutes to do so. But a real good way of making sure that the coals are ready is as soon as that smoke stops, you're good to go. Okay, so I wanted to show you another style of fire starter. These are called tumbleweeds. And yet again, it's another alternative to lighter fluid. It's all natural, easy to use, usually comes in a pack of like 16, 20, something like that. Let me show you the difference between that and these bio cubes that are right here. So this is a tumbleweed. And it's been my personal experience with most tumbleweeds on the market, these burn a lot quicker. Where the biomass cube, it's much more dense to it, it's compressed, and so it actually burns longer. For igniting hardwood briquettes, I find that these work better. If we were gonna do, say, lump coal in here, which is not compressed coal into a briquette, lump coal is different. Lump coal burns hotter and faster, and for that, you can use these. But when it comes to hardwood briquettes, I like to use something like this. And people use all sorts of different things, from cotton balls soaked in vegetable cooking oil to wrapped up newspapers, which is really hard to find nowadays. But basically you can put anything under there, ignite it, and it'll catch these on fire. I just like to use 2 of these because they have such a long burn time, and it really gets this up to temperature nice and quick. And do you need to use 2 of them? Nope, you can get away with 1, but I like to have a nice, even hot area all the way around. All right, we are just about 7 minutes into it right now, and the smoke is still going. That means these coals are not done yet. Let me show you what it looks like down below. All right, and as you can see, we're not seeing any flame down there anymore. All right, there's no flame, and if you can see those little fire starters in there, they are completely spent. But they have done their job, okay? And this has gotten warm. Now I wanna show you a little cheat to speed this up even more. Here is a little device. It's a dual purpose. So it works as a vacuum when you put this on this side, and when you put it over here, it works as a little blower. What I like to do is put it right up against one of these breathing vents and introduce more oxygen. And by using something like this and introducing more oxygen into there, it gets hotter. All these base coals get hotter and hotter and hotter, and this will take less time. Now this is not necessary to use, but hey, I like to speed things up. Also, I want to point out, normally what you would do is you would not ignite these on your grill grate. You would ignite them on your coal grate, which is below. The reason why I lit them up here is that way you could better see underneath. But normally you would always light them on the coal grate. All right, we just hit 12 minutes and the smoke has just about stopped. We get little hints of it coming up here and there. If this starts to get really hot, you're actually gonna see a flame that kind of encompasses all of this top area, which it's just starting to do right now. And I'm just starting to see that one of these top briquettes is getting a little ashed over in one corner right here. So I would say that this will probably go to about 15 minutes before I say that these are ready to go. I wanna see more ash just starting on these other top coals. Down here, as you can see right here, we're ashed all the way up. So we think we're really ashy to right about here. So we just need a couple more minutes on that top area to start getting exactly the where I want it. Then we'll throw them in. All right, 15 minutes and now we actually see that flame that's completely encompassing the top there. Get a little bit closer. The backdrop to it, that black backdrop, maybe you're gonna be able to see that. I don't wanna get a whole lot closer. All right, let's put it in. I'm gonna move this off to the side real quick. And this is a Weber Master Touch, and with the Weber Master Touch series, the inner ring is removable. Your inner grill is removable. We're just gonna pour it right in the center. Let's take my cold brush real quick. Put our center ring back on. Also, it's nice about the Master Touch, if you want to go through and restock some of these coals, you have these little side wings that come up on either side. So that's pretty handy. But we are actually gonna do some tri-tip steaks right around here. This is just an open type cook, a hot cook. This is more of our colder area, and then this is the hot area right in the center. I call this more of like a blanket cook, where the coals are just kind of laying all the way around. The other way you can do this is you can bank all the coals to one side. So you would just pour that chimney all to one side, and then you would have a 2-zone cooking. You would have your hot sear area over here, and then you'd have an indirect cook over here. But this is tri-tip that I'm gonna put on there right now. Tri-tip likes it hot and fast. Some seasoned tri-tip steaks, lay them on. tiny little pieces. These won't take long. There's a flip. Now we move them over here, just off of the real hot spot. Now we've got a sear on there. And I cover it up. Open up the vent all the way. Bottom vent is all the way open, so this is gonna get as hot as it can, as quick as it can. All right, so we're sitting at right around 10 minutes for total time cook. About 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on the other side. Check it out. Here's some really thin pieces. I'd say they're good to go. Pull them off. There we go. Woo-hoo! Flavoricious tri-tip steaks. All right, let's bite in and try it out. Might have got a little overcooked, but I tell you what, that still looks good to me. Cheers. Yes, I'll tell you what. I love tri-tip. If you're new to barbecue and you've never tried tri-tip before, do yourself a favor, go get some tri-tip steaks or just cook up a big old tri-tip. I highly recommend using the Lowry's garlic salt. That stuff is awesome. Also, Lowry's makes a pepper seasoning where it's like bell peppers and some other little things. Comes in a little container. I take some of the Lowry's garlic salt, I lay it on heavily on all sides, and I take a little bit of that Lowry's pepper seasoning and I put that on there, and my gosh, it is amazing. I'm gonna bite in for more. Oh yeah. Well, there it is, guys. So that burn right there is about 35 minutes into there, and as you can see, you still have a lot of coals going there. I mean, that's putting off some really hot, radiant heat all the way around inside that kettle bowl. One full chimney does just about every job for super quick grilling. You're good to go. Burgers, chicken, tri-tip steaks, whatever it is, when it's hot and fast, this is a great way to do it. It's probably one of the best ways to light up hard briquettes like this. Hey, if you learned anything today on how to light hardwood briquettes and you got value out of it, please do me a huge favor. This is a new series of videos I'm doing, barbecue for beginners. I would really like to hear your comments. Did I help you out at all? Or was this a total waste of your time? And if I did help you out, please do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me produce more valuable, flavorful content like this for you in the future, and I'm gonna have a lot more barbecue for beginner videos coming your way. Until next time, live life flavor.